We'll start with a small prayer because we would be more discussing about Swadharma, righteousness. We'll take the Lord's name, Lord of Righteousness, Lord Rama. Ramo Ramo Ramayiti Prajanama Bhavan Katha Ramabhutam Jagadabhut Rame Rajyam Prashasati Amogham Balaviryam Te Amogaste Parakramaha Amogaste Bhavishyanti Bhaktimantascha ye naraha Amogham darshanam Rama Nachamoghastava Amoghaste bhavishyanti Bhaktimantascha ye naraha. In the previous week, we were imbibing the words of Lord Krishna on Swadharma, wherein he emphasized upon how Swadharma is the valuable opportunity of this life. Bringing in practice of Swadharma is the greatest thing one can ever do in his life. And how staggering away from that line of righteousness could put us back or make us fall down. On that note, I wanted to throw some light upon what Swadharma is. A week ago, there was another person from another 2-3 persons from Romania came for counseling, chakra counseling. And you people might have been knowing because you were there in one of my sessions, where the emphasis, the importance was given to Swadharma. What is our life lesson? What is that we have to do in this life? If we are able to discover that with complete discernment, no evil can touch, no botheration, no suffering can influence our hearts. And then we try to calculate it, we try to sit upon the idea, and then we get to know. But what is the best module to discover our Swadharma? Back in the Vedic culture, we had 4 different sections of society. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Often misinterpreted as caste or creed by Westerners, but it is not so. The categorization of the society was not based on the birth, but was based on their varna. Varna means choice of living. No? What do you do? I'm a teacher. What do you do? I serve in an institution. So the categorization was based on 4 major divisions were based on the profession that they did. If you are a teacher, you teach or you learn. First you learn and then you teach. You're a learner and a teacher. Then you come under the category of Brahmana. If you are dealing with business, manufacturing or sales, or you are trying to make a framework or order a package and then trying to make a software and trying to sell it out, you belong to the Vaishya community. If you are an administrator, or you are up there in the top level management or even the middle level management, you're a manager or an executive, or you own a school, or something like that, then you are a kshatriya. you know. If you serve in an institution, then you are a shudra. If you help people with your skills, with your information, like a banker, like any person, any salaried person in an institution, he's a shudra. So every section has their own swadharma. For example, if you are a person who are disseminating information, who are trying to teach something, or like you are a doctor or a healer, a patient comes and then you suggest something. This is how you have to live. This is how you have to bring in medicines. This is how you have to drink. This is how you have to eat. That you become his guru. Then you're teaching something. You are propounding upon something. Then you come under the Brahmana community, and your swadharma is to fulfill the needs of the person, the student, patient who come to you. Fulfill his piece of sorrow or piece of trouble that he has in his head. All the efforts have to be put so that the problem is appeased, is pacified. The second category, the administrator, if you're an administrator, then you have to protect the laws of the society, protect the laws of the institution with utmost empathy in your hand. Sometimes it so happens the rules are very rigorous, very violent, it doesn't concern the employee's life into consideration. But in that case, empathy should win over the rules. That is how an administrator, a kshatriya, is to protect the laws of the society, or protect the, not bring in chaos, but bring in order in the society. If you are a businessman, integrity is your swadharma. You have to have transparency. You have to see this is C grade quality, this is B grade quality, this is A grade quality. This is how you have to sell, with all integrity, with all satya, truthfulness in it. And then let me just bring in small incident that happened a few days ago. A student was asking, "Oh, nobody is very honest in their business. By how is this business will grow, ma'am, when integrity is the subject matter of business, not tactics, not management, not the beautiful idea of how to sell. I said it's a simple thing. Go to a fruit vendor, and then he says, Behenji or madam, don't take apples today. You take mangoes instead of apples. Apples are of inferior quality. Let me bring good ones tomorrow and then give it to you tomorrow. Will you go to any other fruit vendor? Next time when you need fruits, you'll go to that particular vendor. He was very honest. And you'll try to bring fruits from his shop only. Only integrity makes a business stand long. That is the key. That is the key. Okay. Coming back to the fourth class, Shudra. When you serve, servitude should be the subject matter. Servitude should be the Swadharma of Shudras. Back in 1960s, Shankaracharya of Kanchi Mata, called Chandrasekharendra Swamigal, was approached by a Brahmin boy who was 21, 22-year old. Back then, it was said that all those Brahmins should not cross over oceans, should focus on Vedic reading, disseminate knowledge of Vedas. If they are going to go across oceans, they will be easily attracted with the Western influences and luxuries, and then they will stop reading this Vedic theologies, and then this stream will be stopped. So that was in place. That rule was in place. So this young boy, he's writing in his own experiences story with Mahapariva. Mahapariva is his name, the guru's name. He says, when I approached him for the permission, to ask permission that I have to go abroad, then Mahapariva asked, what is the use? Then this boy, he's around 70 years now. Back then he was a boy. So he replied, Periva, I have to leave because there's no one, no neurological surgeon in southern India. There's only one. If I'm going to Edinburgh, I'll be able to read well, learn well, practice well, and then perhaps I might be the teacher of the young doctors in India so that I can come back. He answered this. Mahapariva said, what is the use? Then he understood, oh, I'm not answering properly. Then this boy says, who is the neurological surgeon, he says, I don't know the answer. Please, Periva, tell me. Please, Guru, please tell me. Only when you can cross ocean and learn this wisdom, you'll be able to serve the people, serve the poor, can exercise surgical operations when needed, whom needed. That should be the goal. And if that goal is served, you have to go. You should very well go. Rules should not be your hindrance. That's his decision. And then the permission was clean, there wasn't any permission at all. So the clarity of Swadharma lies only when you understand any action that could lead good to the society. I remember Swami Vivekananda saying here, Swamiji says, I love you people so much. I love you people so deep. I love you people so deep that I am willing you people to die for the cause of others. Work and strive through the actions which could benefit others. That is the core theme of Swadharma. Social welfare. Doesn't that mean that I have to always be into charity and sacrifice my life? No. Do your action. But what is the purpose behind your action? For example, you're a teacher. You go into an institution and you teach. Okay. There are quite a number of pupils listening to you. A teacher goes and come back, takes his lessons and then comes back, do his daily stuff, eat, sleep, and then go back again. Such a teacher works for his income. That is his purpose behind his action. But while you go and teach, your intention behind the teaching, the purpose behind your teaching should be, how will it benefit the hearts of the pupil? How am I going to make them mature, make them magnify their intellect with my demonstration, whatever. So when social welfare becomes the core theme, you can easily identify your Sodara. Like Luchi here, she works in a hospital. She is there to help people. She is there to give information to people. She is there to direct people. If she is going to direct people, if she is going to give information to the people with the point that they will be benefited, they will be relaxed, they should be in panic mode, let them relax and then leave, then what will happen? Her whole day will be lovely. She will not be tired. One, two, lots and lots of blessings from the heart, whomever approaches Luchi. Will that work? I remember a woman saying her son's name is Arjun. Coincidence. So she went, he was ill and sick. She went to Bombay hospital and she was also blaming about Delhi hospitals. They are so money minded. They come, they give medicines, they open your mouth, give medicines and then leave. They always bill you. They always, talk straight to your face with rude face. But over there in Maharashtra, in another city, Bombay, she was saying, there was a nurse who spoke to Arjun, her son, saying that you are Arjun, you have to fight this away, and then gave the medicines. Now see the difference? Why is that nurse is being blessed even now, not knowing her name? It is not only the blessing of the woman, I'm saying. It's you yourself, the way you work. The intention behind the work is to be pure. If it is mixed with selfishness, it's a great mess, because at one point you're frustrated, you're depressed. What is there in my life? What else is there? I've done this, I've done that. I've accomplished this, I've accomplished that. Nothing else stays. Nobody stays. Nobody will stay. Hence, dharma, like the Ram. I always see the embodiment of dharma as Ram. If you have eyes, nose, and hair of dharma, it would be Ram. All his actions were completely revolutionary of his period. In his period, kings had 5,000 wives, 20,000 other maids. But this person chose to be the lover of one. No, my lady love will be one. Okay, what else? On those days, people thought, okay, you are a kshatriya, you are a warrior, you are an emperor's son, you have to live with certain regulations, certain rules. You have to keep yourself distant. This guy goes to every damn little house, knows the name of the pet of the house, knows the name of the maid of the house, asks, is your stomach ache okay? No. And this guy goes and hugs a hunter of his kingdom, saying that you are like my brother Bharata. On those days, kingdom was just earned, from one region to another. You just capture the kingdom and then kingdom is earned. But this guy leaves the kingdom for Satya, for truthfulness, to keep up the truthfulness, and then gains the hearts of all the millions of the people whomever he ran through, whomever he walked through. He comes miles away from his small little city. But everybody knows Rama. Even the rishis are waiting for the darshan of Rama, waiting for his one small glimpse. No? He is a revolution, but in a nicer manner, in a softer manner. Why so? His core theme is welfare of society. My God, I'm not going to start Gita today. There's another thing that came up through the back of the mind. It's Sita ji, his wife. She asks him a question. I have to say an episode before that so that you understand. Okay, so he comes to the forest, all three. He, his wife Sita, and his brother Lakshmana. And there were thousands of saints, rishis, waiting for them, waiting for him. Rama was startled. Why? What happened? You are waiting for me. What happened? And they pointed out a big hill. What was the hill? The hill of bones. Back then there were demons, Rakshasas, a clan, who had their own kingdom, but thought, let us entrap the others also. Let us entrap the kingdom of other clans also, like alien attack, attacked all the rishis because they were the sattvic ones, they were the good ones. If they were there, then Rakshasas community cannot stand because they can curse them at any point of time. They will be into ashes. So what they did was to harm the fire worships of rishis and then eat them. They were cannibals also. Eat them, remove the bones, and then pile the bones as a hill. Rama was startled. Rama was moved. He was in tears. Why? What happened? And the rishis explained. Nartha Shabda Bhavediti. There wouldn't be no, oh my God, kind of noise around me when I'm there. When I am there, there would no hi, ayyo, ho, my God sounds. I'll take care of these people. He makes a promise. He takes a bow with his bow up in the air and then says, from now on, nobody will be killed, nobody will be harmed. Okay, this happens. And then Sita ji was very quiet by his side. He moves away. He has to walk. So they were walking. Sita ji slowly opened her mouth. He said, Prabhu, oh my dear, you have come to the forest as an ascetic. Leading a forestry life is the part of the vow that you took in Ayodhya. Now you are saying you're going to use your weapon, you're going to kill people. Now you're going to kill Rakshasas. How is it dharma? I know you're much more matured than me, myself, Sita ji. Look how beautiful this young 18-year-old kid speaks to her husband. I know you're much more matured in this compelling concept called dharma than me. But please do throw light. Why did you take a violent action like this? There, look at the husband, the 25-year-old kid again. The husband is praising Sita first. You have come up from the highest clan. Hence, you're very clear about dharma. You're talking like this. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy. And he appreciates and then says, look, my dear, eventually I'm a Kshatriya. I'm a warrior. There shouldn't be any chaos in the society. To prevail, to make an order prevail, I, at any cost, will take up my weapon. If himsa is the cost, if creating violence will bring peace, then creating violence will be my action. This is Swadharma. This clarity is Swadharma. What happened to Arjuna? Arjuna was not clear. Arjuna thought this is violence. I'm going to kill people. But he didn't understand only by killing these hundreds, millions of people will be at peace. You know, the kings whom he was battling upon, were not righteous at all. We're not considering empathy, human values, ethics at all in their lives. After giving so many opportunities of peace messages, they didn't flinch. Hence, this was the last option. But what happened to Arjuna? There was no clarity of Swadharma. He broke. He was dejected. He was depressed. Why do we in this life feel energy drained? Oh my God, I have done so much of work. Or I've seen people who list their work. This is what I did. This is what I did. This is what I did. You know, this was very hectic. As Aurelia puts it, as it's a human comedy. You know. You can just laugh about it. Anyways, rather than focusing upon what I did, focus upon the purpose of those actions that you are doing, the intention behind. If you could tune in the right intention, you'll never be exhausted. You'll never be worried. There are so many live examples coming up, but I stick with Bhagavad Gita now. Now that Swadharma is very clear, you'll be able to understand 2.32. 2.32. Yadrichaya chopapannam. Yadrichaya chopapannam. Swargadwaram apavritam. Swargadwaram apavritam. Sukhinah kshatriyah partha. Sukhinah kshatriyah partha. Labhante yuddhamidrisham. Labhante yuddhamidrisham. Hey Parth. Parth is another name of Arjuna. Partha. That's his cute name. You know, Krishna, when he starts to love Arjuna and speak with love, you always remember that he is his aunt's son. No? Pritha. Kunti is also called as Pritha, and hence he calls him as Partha, Kunti's son. So Partha means Arjuna. Hey Partha, O Partha, Sukhinaha kshatriyaha sarve labante yuddhamidrusham. To grab the opportunity of waging such war, such dharmic war, and to wage war like this is a great thing. It will bring in all pleasantness in your heart, he says. Why so? Because you're a Kshatriya. You are the protector of society. If you have an opportunity to protect the society from the evil, this is where you have to act. I remember Swami Chidbhavananda's remark in this commentary, and he says, omission of right thing. I repeat again, omission of right thing is highly dangerous than commission of wrong thing. If you don't do the right thing, that is more harmful, that create more harm to you, to your society, than doing the wrong thing. No? So if you are put into the situation where Swadharma is supposed to be expressed, you have to deliver those actions with the right intention, with the purest intention. You have to grab this opportunity. Oh, Partha, this is your opportunity, this is your time. You are the warrior, you are the magic among the warriors. What is the use of all those stuff that you have learned when your people is at dismay? He says, this is the opportunity. Yadrichaya cha upapannam swargadwaram apavrita. This particular opportunity has come unsought all of a sudden. You don't know, certain things pops up from nowhere. You don't know sometimes. We call it as yadrichaya, yadricha. If such things happen, my dear, in your life, I'm talking to you. It is not Krishna to Arjuna. I'm talking to you. If something happen in our life, all of a sudden, it might be good, it might be bad. It is not coming all of a sudden. It is all planned. It is the divine will that is arranging the plan, making the events to occur, and then waiting for you to act, for you to express. In Ramayana, there have been many stages where this word comes, yadrichaya. Jnatidasi yato jata kaikeyastu sahoshita prasadam chandra sankasham aruroh yadrichaya. This is servant maid of Kaikeyi, Manthara, comes into the life of Rama, where the entire course of the story changes. She comes into the picture, seeds the brain of Kaikeyi, saying that Bharata should rule the kingdom. Why is Rama ruling? Why is he crowned? All these things took shape only when this maid servant came in Yadrichaya all of a sudden. There's another stage where, another phase where Shurpanaka comes, another demoness in Ramayana. There also. Ajagama Yadrichaya, says Valmiki. She comes, she enters the forest all of a sudden, from nowhere. When Shurpanaka comes in, again there is a course of the story, completely different. Sita is being abducted by Ravana. She was the one who again seeded the brain of Ravana that she's the most beautiful woman. You should be her husband, not Rama. All those stuff happens then. Yadrichaya, the word is pondered well by Krishna and used here. Yadrichaya means a divine will. The divine will prepares all the events, favorable, unfavorable. When that breaks out, then you know how you have to act. You feel, oh my God, this is too much for me, I can't do it, or am I escaping? The flight reaction of sympathetic nervous system. Or you feel like, oh my God, why is this happening? I can't accept this, and you're fighting again, sympathetic nervous system, stress response of fighting. Or do you accept and do the right thing? Abide by the truth. Krishna and Rama chose the last alternate. Why do we choose to fight against or fly away or escape the situation? That's more of an animalistic behavior. No? Dr. Ananda Balayogi Bhavanani says there's this back brain that that takes care of the limbic system. It's always emotion based, instincts based. This will dominate you, saying that, oh my God, you will be dead tired if you're going to take all the tasks of operation into your head. You can't do it, and then you escape. And sometimes because of attachment, you're so weak, so fragile, and you feel like, okay, this is not happening to me. Why is this happening to me? You're fighting against. You're discussing at length, never into action. Few days ago, I got this beautiful statement of Mahapariva Adi Shankaracharya of Kanchimata, saying that Vangmanasya Aikyarupyam Satyam. Truth is that when your heart and speech is one, when your mind and speech is one, you abide by that truth. What you speak, you ponder over, you act, you behave. There should be alignment. So Krishna here says, this is yadrichaya. This war that broke out is not because of Duryodhana. It is not because of the ego of Dhritarashtra. No. This has come to efface your ego, Arjuna. This is the time where you have to burn this ego by your actions. What is your ego? My kid, my brothers, my kin, my sons, my people will be widowed. No? This is the point where you have to work. Back in 50s, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi was asked this question, freedom and Indian independence. Last week we had a big conversation about it. So many disciples went to Bhagavan and asked this question: when is India getting liberated? How is this going to be a happy situation? When is this going to be a peaceful situation? You know what Bhagavan replied? Why do you ask when? Why don't you ask you yourself? Why don't you go and merge yourself in the freedom struggle? Why don't you act? Why do you ask about the outcome? This is your opportunity. This is Dharma Yuddha. This is Sangrama. This is where you have to act. Why do you ask when? Why you want to drink sip of coffee and then take the newspaper and then talk about this? No, that's Bhagavan. Hence, yadrichaya is divine will. When it is favorable, we are so happy. Oh, all my karmas are fulfilled. All my parents and grandparents' blessings are accomplished. I am now in a better position. But what happens when unfavorable things come all of a sudden? Work for the dharma. Work with your heart. Keep your speech and heart one aligned. Yadrichaya cha upapannam. Swargadwaram. There's another word that I forgot to translate. Swargadwaram apavritam. O Partha, O Arjuna, this is the Dharma Yuddha. This is the dharmic war that you have to engage in, which will make your doors of heaven open. Why? You are an administrator. You are a Kshatriya. We've talked about it. No? How a Kshatriya has to preserve the laws of the society. Now, the next shloka. Yes, I think we have time. Ata chetvam imam dharmyam. Ata chetvam imam dharmyam. Sangramam na karishyasi. Sangramam na karishyasi. Tataswadharmam kirtim cha. Tataswadharmam kirtim cha. Hitva papam avapsyasi. Hitva papam avapsyasi. If you are having another plans, Arjuna, you want to run away from the warfare, if you have different plans, okay, you can do it. But what will, let me remind you, what will be the consequence? If you're not going to be in this sangrama, if you're not going to do this swadharmic act of uh, righteous warfare, swadharmam kirtim cha hitva, you will lose the opportunity of expressing swadharma, your life lesson. 2, kirti, your reputation will be defamed, you will be put down, you will be spoken all by all the people from all the generations coming together in a malicious manner. You will not be anyhow talked as the supreme warrior of all times. No. And this is how he is spinning his heart. Because for a warrior, fame is everything. if if that is being pricked, perhaps he will listen. That is why that word. Krishna is very smart in his word, in his usage of words also. Kirtim cha hitva, papam avapsyasi. You will also accrue sin. This is a sin. Why is it a sin? When you stagger away from Swadharma, when we swerve from Swadharma, from the righteous actions that we ought to do in this life, we incur sin. With no other things, we incur sin. Like sometimes we think that ahimsa is the biggest ethic, biggest value, highest value. But sometimes himsa can be uh, placed in such a manner that it will bring in peace in the society, peace to people. Like here, the righteous warfare. Hence, it has to be understood with a clear heart and a keen introspective mind. Not by categorizing your brain with the age-old techniques that we've been learning or being taught with. I hope you had a long conversation with my brother Ramji, where he was mentioning where he was emphasizing how Wali's death, killing Wali, was the most dharmic action one can do. The ways that Rama, the tactics that Rama were using was the most righteous act. How do you kill an animal? You are in a picnic, and you're with your kids. Kids wanted to have a view of a wildlife sanctuary, and then you're supposed to live in a small cottage inside, secured by the government people or forestry people. But suddenly, some wild animal happens to open the door and come in. What will happen? Will you say, "Oh, you are weaponless. I should not take any weapon"? Or, "Oh, you are single-handed. I should not take the help of my wife. I should fight single-handed with you"? No, no. There, killing the animal is the most righteous thing that you can do. You can help your kids save. It's the bloodhounding hunting tiger, that man killer had come up. No? Hence, choosing the Swadharma with an enormous intellect, with a keen, with a divine dwelling intellect is very, very important. Otherwise, we go in different ways. We are so distracted. How do I do, ma'am? How do I choose my Swadharma? How do I know that this is my Swadharma? If sin is the outcome of not doing Swadharma, please let me know. How do I choose my Swadharma? I'll take Rama again. Sukshma parama durgeyaha satam dharma plavangama hridistas sarvabhutanam hridistas sarvabhutanam atma veda shubha ashubhe. It is very subtle. Dharma is very subtle. To understand the subtle concept, what do you have to do? You have to be more subtle. Don't be superficial. When you think with your mind, when you try to gauge with your indriyas, with your sense organs, when you try to analyze with your so-called intellect, you're always superficial. Then where do I do? Where do I see? Where do I perceive this? He gives in the second line. Hridistas sarva bhutanam. It is there in your heart. Not this physiological heart. Dub, 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 dub. No. Right in the core, like Bhagavan says. Focus on the core. Somebody asked Bhagavan, what is your core theme? Core is my theme. He says. Being in the core is my theme. So, focus on the heart in the core, which is not manipulated by your mind, intellect, or indriyas. And it will tell what you have to do. Atma Veda, your Swarupa, your original nature knows. What does it know? Shubha, Ashubhe. What is favorable to you and to people around? What is unfavorable to you and to the people around? It will tell. What do you have to do? Introspect. Introspect. And you will be at peace. Definitely at peace. It will not hurt your body. It will not hurt your mind. It will not hamper in any way the indriyas and its functioning, both outer indriyas and inner perception I'm talking about. Everything, when everything is aligned, that is swastha. Swastha. You are established in self. That is health. So, by talking in terms of health, I'm pleading people that be dharmic, be righteous. At least for that sake. At least to keep yourself healthy. At all dimensions. Be dharmic, be righteous. Slow. Later on, we'll talk about how am I going to die for others, like Swamiji. Swamiji was saying, Maitreya Mr. Swamiji says, I love you people so much. I love you people so deep that I want you to die for the cause of others. So forget about dying for the cause of others. At least live. Live. Live righteous for you yourself. To keep yourself healthy. There's this proverb in Tamil, Suvar irundal dhaan sittiram. Only when you have a wall, you can make a painting over. The wall is necessary. So first of all, live. Live with righteousness. Live with that subtlety. Questions?